Let me tell you something.
Yes, please.
We are getting lost as a people. That is why someone will go sit on a TV station and say that she didn't even like her surname and that she was praying fervently to meet a man who has a simple name so that she can do away with her maiden name and then adopt.
Hang on to that man.
Yes. So and you see, growing up, I was so fond of the English names, the European names, until something kicked me. I came to the utter realization that, look, these Europeans, they do not adopt our names.
Exactly.
You don't find any European anywhere named Koku or Semefa or Ichan or Bempoma or Riku. They do not adopt our names. They have their own history.
And their own identity.
And their own identity. And then there are reasons behind their names.
Right.
We have our own identity as well. We have our names and we have the reasons for which we have those names. Every name has a meaning. Alomaso has a meaning. AGYEKUM has a meaning. We have the reasons for which we have these names. Some because of certain things our parents went through. Or a family history. You understand? So and that's supposed to be our identity. Wherever you are in this world, if you mention your name, it should tell whoever you are mentioning your name to where you come from. You understand what I mean? So if I'm called Xi Jinping, then you know that I'm Chinese. You understand? If I'm called Ramaphosa, then you know that I'm coming from South Africa. If I'm called Christoph Piatek, then you know that I'm probably Greek. So your name should tell. Exactly. Then you are Nigerian. You know that. Then you are even Nigerian and even specifically Yoruba. You understand? So your name should tell people where you come from.
Absolutely.
But we have become so anglicized and Europeanized and westernized to the very extent that we do not like our own names. Now we have children and we give them names that their grandparents can't even pronounce. You understand? So
you're right.
We need to preserve our identity. And I don't know whether it is inferiority complex, because I think it is.
Is it?
I think it is.
The reason why we don't embrace our local
Yes,
names?
I think it is. That is why someone will go sit on a TV station and say that she didn't like her surname Akakpo Dosu, and so she wanted to marry. It is inferiority complex, and I'm Voltairean, 100% Voltairean. My parents are Voltaireans, my grandparents are Voltaireans. The group of Ghanaians who are plagued with this inferiority complex most are some of my people. Are Voltaireans, are some Voltaireans. They are shy. That your name is Alomaso, that your name is Afetogbo. You are shy. Why? See, when you go to some of these European countries, you go to Greek, you listen to some of the Greek names, you can't pronounce them.
Of course.
There are people called Papastatopoulos.
Even the Russians.
Exactly.
Even the Russians, their names.
Nome Gomado. I mean, some of the names, the first five letters, there are no vowels. There are no vowels. Go to South Africa, go and see some of the names there. But they wear their names proudly. Chest out like an epaulet. But we here, some of my people,
and even those Africans who have made strides on the international front. You realize that they do not play with their names. Lupita Nyong'o.
And some of them actually have English names, but they drop them going for it because they want that identity. You should be able to be identified that this is who you are, this is where you are coming from. So this,
I think our names this subject should be, extensively espoused.
For me, seriously. And I'm nobody. See, you can't come and tell me that I'm speaking against. I'm a Voltairean myself.
Of course.
I'm a Voltairean, and I know what I'm saying. We are doing away with our names, and it's terrible. Even some of you see when you come to Ghana, the Bond Day names. if you're from the Ashanti region and you're born on a Monday, you are Ajwa. You are born on Tuesday, you are Bana. You are born on Wednesday, you are Kuya. Friday, you are Thursday, you are Ya. Friday, you are Fia. Saturday, you are Ama.
Sunday,
you are Kusia. Yeah. So it has that. When you go to the central region, there's a different, way that they pronounce and spell these names.
But they are similar.
Yes, but they are similar. You come to the Volta region, we have ours too. You are born on Monday, you are Ajo.
Yeah.
You are born on Tuesday, you are Ablan. You are born on Wednesday, you are Aku.
Yeah.
Yawa. Afi. Ama. Akos. Now my people, some of my people, especially the women who move from the Volta region and come and stay in Accra for just a few days, will tell you that they are no longer Aku, they are Mami Kia.
Seriously?
Yes, I'm telling
Seriously?
you. Yes, I am telling you.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow.
They even add Pape B to it. I mean, I don't mind if I wouldn't care a hoot having a child and giving my child an Ashanti name. I don't mind, or any other African names. We are one people.
Yeah,
that is the black race. We are interconnected. But we are people. But if you are feeling inferior about the name given to you, from your parents, to the very extent that you are so shy you want to discard it and adopt some other name, then I have a problem with it. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, so my people, there are reasons behind these names. Genuine reasons behind these things. Wear your names proudly wherever you go.
Absolutely.
You understand? Wear your names. I am Aloma, so I would forever remain so.
AGYEKUM. Yours truly. AGYEKUM.
Well, right. So welcome to the show. That's just by the way. There's a lot happening in the world. There's a lot happening in our country, Ghana. The elections are approaching thick and fast. Some, I think, less than some. I think 180 days more, if I'm not wrong, to election 2024. There's a lot of activities going on, campaigning from both quarters. The MPP, the NDC, the other political parties are also in there. There are a lot of stories trending on the front pages of the various newspapers. But how can I start the morning show, or how can we start the morning show without extending our heartfelt felicitations to the people up north? I get every day, I get calls every day. That the people up north do not joke with Pan-African television. Yeah, I think 2 days ago, the member of parliament for the Lambusi constituency, he was on the show, and how he was effusive of praise with regards to Pan-African television and the strides we make up north. We've made up north. I think it's only right. I know there are other regions who watch us, but the people up north do not play with us. That is why all the time I like to greet the people of the Upper West region, the Upper East region, the Northeast region, the Northern region, and the Savannah region. Like, you are the very apex. You are the very apex. Thank you so much.
We have you at heart.
Yes, and all the other regions, the Volta region, the Eastern region, the Ashanti region, Western, North. You would say that we don't give proper credence to you people, but we love you same way.
And also to our diaspora.
Exactly. We are watched in some other countries. 46.
And even via Facebook, via YouTube. There's a lot of engagement on there as well. I want to extend heartfelt felicitations to you as well, and that to let you know that we are very grateful. We are here because of you.
Exactly.
We do this because of you. All right. So there are several stories trending in our country. Currently, and the most interesting one, which we were discussing earlier, before we came on air, is that of the woman who was abandoned in a bush just because her family or her people did not visit her while she was admitted at the hospital, and she was involved in an accident which resulted the admission. To think of driving someone intentionally from the hospital bed, from the hospital facility for that matter, drove her miles away and dumped her
in a bush.
In a bush. this goes beyond infringement of human rights.
Oh no, this one human rights. No, it's not even about human. It's not even an issue of human rights. It goes to speak about how wicked. I'm looking. Wicked is so mild. It doesn't do justice to the sort of conscience that any human being could have. It is not. This is like, you can't say it is even wicked. Wicked is like a mild adjective to describe that. For a human being to say, for a human being,
40 years plus.
Yes,
woman.
for a human being to come to arrive at the decision that, look, this person in this hospital, a facility which is supposed to admit and take care of sick persons, for a human being to come to arrive at that decision that, look, this woman has overstayed her welcome
in a health facility.
Yes, and so I'm going to carry her,
which is a government health
hospital
facility.
Yes, I'm going to take her away from the hospital. I'm not going to take her to her hometown and look for a family.
Or even,
I'm not going to take her to the
palace.
to the chief. Yes, I'm not going to go to the palace to deliver her there. I'm going to stop by the roadside in a secluded environment, a bush for that matter,
remote area,
where there could be reptiles and other
unscrupulous people.
Charlie,
just,
for you, a human being who has a heart and a functioning brain, to arrive at that decision, no.
I don't think the brain functions, because if the brain functions, I don't think they would arrive at this.
You can't go through medical school. You can't go through years of medical school, be put in a position to take care of people, and I mean, for you to come to that, no.
It's inhumane.
I don't believe it.
It goes beyond wickedness. It goes beyond evil.
That's
why we are finding it difficult to find the right words to qualify this very act, because it goes beyond what's the very threshold of evil.
Yeah, it is, and it goes against the very reason for which we should have a health institution. Like, that is like the direct opposite. It's even beyond opposite of it. You see, seriously, I can't still bring myself to believing that this is true. I don't believe it.
There's one thing that I've always wanted to put across, or even if I don't personally do it, advocates, stakeholders should resound to the ears of people, especially people in professions. Now, if you're in a profession, every profession is governed by conducts, governed by ethics, governed by roles and responsibility, duties. How can we intensify the ethical part of every fraternity? How can we do that? Because that is the cornerstone for which these services are rendered. And the ethical part is put aside, and people do things based on their own discretion, based on their feelings, which is absolutely terrible. It doesn't make you. How can you even
have those feelings?
It's like the success of your job depends on your feelings. What someone should go through depends on your feelings. Whether someone is qualified or not to be your facility depends on your feelings. Who are you to make such conclusions?
Well, so the Ghana Health Service actually have released a statement this morning. This is about an hour ago. I'm going to take our viewers through it. It says, patient allegedly abandoned in a bush at Gomwa Ojobi. The attention of leadership of the Ghana Health Service has been drawn to a media story about a patient allegedly abandoned in a bush AGYEKUM Ojobi in the Central Region. According to the story, it is alleged that the said patient was on admission at the Trauma and Specialist Hospital in Winneba, and after her relatives had failed to show up, she was conveyed in the hospital's ambulance and left in a wheelchair at Ojobi, where she claimed to be her hometown and was later found dead. The service, upon receiving this disturbing news, has initiated investigations into the matter to establish the authenticity or otherwise of the story in line with the existing practices in the public service to enable it to take appropriate actions. The service wishes to appeal to the general public to be patient, as anyone found to be connected with this unfortunate incident will be severely dealt with in accordance with provisions of the Services Code of Conduct. Thank you. And signed, Dr. Patrick Kumar-Boaje, Director General of the Ghana Health Service. So this is
which she claimed was her hometown.
Yes.
Are there no social security? Social services. What are those people called?
I don't seem to get you.
These social facilities where they render social services, like for children who are homeless, you know, those people. They couldn't have found one to place her there.
No, but was she okay? The question is, before leaving the hospital, was she fit enough to have left the hospital, or nobody was coming to?
Did she leave? She was driven out.
Well, so was she okay? Did they attend to her and then arrive at the conclusion that this woman is fine, and so we are discharging her?
Apparently, it was based. Yesterday, I was listening to one of the media houses, on this same subject matter, and it came up that she actually developed a mental illness out of the initial disposition. So she had an accident, and while she was there being taken care of, supposedly, her people weren't coming around, and she developed mental illness. So that means the drugs and all those services that had to be given her were not given, which escalated her condition. So then she, behaves unusually, like she makes some bizarre noises. She was displaying mental behavior of mental illness.
Okay, and so
they felt
so the right place to leave a mental patient
is in the bush.
It's in the bush. Okay, interesting. Well, we'll see what comes of the investigation.
But we have expectations.
Yes,
we hope that all these people involved are penalized to the extreme.
Yeah.
The law will take its course.
Yeah.
And they are penalized to the extreme.
The highest form of punishment should be meted out.
This is beyond criminality.
Yeah.
This is beyond.
Charlie. Let's look at the papers.
Right. Let's do the Daily Guide newspaper. The first I have here with me. Constitutional Review Committee proposes 277 MPs, 2.37 million euros ambulance case. Also features on here. I met Zame in Kolendi's house, says Jakpa. Kaswa soldier killer charged with murder. Baumia presents laptops to students. Government allocates 7,429,694 Ghana cedis to clear medical goods. And here are stories on today's edition of the Daily Guide newspaper.
Right. Let's proceed. Let's move away from that. Let's do the Daily Graphic newspaper. Speak truth to Vice President Asante Hene. President should pay tax on salary. Committee recommends vote buying aberration of democracy. NCC chairperson and Constituency Watch. Anyaso Utom MPP's fortress. Poor roads, drainage system. Stories on page 16 and 29. There you have it for the Daily Graphic newspaper.
Now let's do the Daily Anchor. The Daily Analyst, I beg your pardon. The Banana Line says ambulance case court admits audio into evidence. Baumia kickstart handover of one student, one laptop program. Ablakwa secures police permit for hands off our hotels demo. Cocoa board seed support. Farmers save over 300,000 hectares of cocoa farms. Kaswa murdered soldier case. Main suspect charged with murder. Here are today's stories featuring on the front page of the Daily Analyst.
Now let's do the Ghanaian Observer. Baumia kickstarts handover of one student, one tablet initiative. Love for Baumia in Ashanti unparalleled. NPP's vice chairperson. Let's produce enough and increase export to boost CD's economic to boost CD economic guru. Jospon sanitation model impresses Kenya, and hostel sales saga. Senate aims to ensure pension security mitigates risks. Right, so that's all for the Ghanaian Observer newspaper.
Let's do the insights. The best you can find out there, or you can log on to the insightnewsonline.com, or for just 4 Ghana cedis, you can purchase a copy at any newsstand close to you. After claim of Ghana's cocoa price highest is exposed, Baumia convoy booed at Edum. Palestine PSC SMG car parade hits Accra, Moro in protest of Israeli apartheid occupation. Rape of our natural resources. It's only in Africa buyers determine the price, says author. Blast for leadership skills of African governments. Also, Akufo-Addo has supervised the most reckless economy since 1957, claims Franklin Kujo. And UN Commission of Inquiry accuses Israel of committing crimes against humanity. Yes, ongoing Gaza war, ongoing Gaza war.
Right. Now,
so this is the Inside newspaper.
Right, away from the Inside, let's do the Daily Statesman newspaper. It says, steady progress in health sector. General Hospital Wejagba Children's Hospital projects in full force. First Smart School Block commissioned. IEA urges government to establish fiscal council to check overspending. And over 13 million ceilings distributed on Green Ghana Day. There you have it for the Daily Statesman newspaper.
Who's dying to see me? Now let's move on to the Republic Press. A Blackwest Castle of Lies crashes as facts speak for themselves in Snit Hotel sale. Pregnant woman, 2 others missing after boat capsizes on River T. Clash between Nkranza SHS and Nkranza TI leaves 8 injured, property damage. Ghana is expecting $2 billion from Korea to boost economy, says Stephen Amwa. Ambulance case, AG unfazed as judge admits Japa tape. Cocoa industry roars back to life as Cocoa Board announces 2 billion Ghana cedis profits. Today's edition of the Republic Press newspaper. Now finally I have with me the ABC. Says governments must change laws allowing earnings from exports to be repatriated. Professor Isaac Bwedi. Until we produce enough for ourselves and exports, we can never develop. Dr. George Domfe. And finally, Dr. Abdul Hamid, a political and academic giant, celebrates his birthday today. Here are stories on today's edition of the ABC newspaper. This brings us to the end of the newspaper headlines.
Right, coming up next, AGYEKUM will be speaking with the Socialist Movement of Ghana. They have a car parade coming up tomorrow. So Blaise Tulo will be joining Ohima shortly for that interview. Do stay.
Stay refreshed with Malt. Prepare for hydration.